Hello world, name's ImChronoKross, and today we'll be using JavaScript to solve LeetCode problem number 2342, max sum of a pair of equal sum of digits. I go by ImChronoKross online. I'm a self-taught full stack developer. I'm about 4.5 years into my self-taught journey. It's completely a hobby at this point. But now I'm at the point where I can put myself out there. I feel like I've gotten good enough to where I can start teaching other people that want to do the same thing as me. And if you like the way I talk or anything and want to learn with me, twitch.tv/ImChronoKross. Actually, that's a streamer that rated me earlier. That's a little awkward. But my actual name's Nathan Gwynn. If you have a job or need help with something, you can find me by Nathan Gwynn or ImChronoKross. It's going to be one take. And yeah, we're going to be solving this using TypeScript, but you can follow along with JavaScript. To make it even simpler, I'll get rid of types. And let's do it. Alright, just to let you know, I've tried to make this take 1 or 2 times, but something went wrong every time, just like something's going to go wrong this time. But you can really see what it's like to be a developer. Because I notice most people I watch on YouTube, they've already came up with this solution, got to the best solution, and then they presented it to y'all like they knew it all, right? So this is going to be raw, uncut, just me coding. And alright, let's just get straight to it. Alright, you're given a 0 indexed array nums consisting of positive integers. You choose 2 indices, I and j, such that I does not equal j, and the sum of digits to the numbers nums I is equal to that of nums j. Remember, that's a key part right there. Return the maximum value of nums I plus nums j that you can obtain over all possible indices I and j that satisfy the conditions. So basically, we go through here, add up each digit in a number. So this would be 9, this would be 7, this would be 9, this would be 4, this would be 7. We had 2 7s and 2 9s. 4, 5, 6, 7, right? And then 7, so 43 plus 7, 7, 8, 9, 10, 50. And then we had 2 that added up to 9, 36 and 18. 36 plus 18 is 54. 54 is higher than 50, so therefore we return 54. And technically I just solved the problem for you. But now we have to turn that into code using the rules of code. So here's a high-level overview of how I plan to approach this problem. It's going to be a naive solution, which, yeah, I've solved the problem before, one time. I ain't going to lie. But all right, so let's say we're given 11, 2, 20, and 99, 18. That's kind of a big first example. But 1 plus 1 is 2. So, all right, we need a helper function. And we're going to take in a num, and it'll give us the sum of the digits that we're doing right now. So 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 is 2. 2 plus 0 is 2. 9 plus 9 is 18. 8 plus, oh, this ain't working. 8 plus 1 is 9. So we have 3 numbers right here that are the possible answer, but now we need to go through and add them up. 11 plus 2 is 13. 11 plus 20 is 31. 2 plus 20 is 22. And you can see, long story short, 20 plus 11 is going to be the highest number we can get, so therefore the answer to this array would be 31. So we're going to use a helper to get the sum of digits. We're going to store the sums of digits as a key in a map data structure, where each key is going to be digit sum, and each value that the key is associated with is going to be a list of numbers that adds up to the same digit sum. So in the case of this one, it would be 11, 2, and 20. So it would eventually look like this. And then we're going to iterate over these. So if val.length is greater than or equal to 2, we're going to do something to find out what's the max possible number we can get out of here. All right, so let's bring it back to the code. I hope that's good enough. And if it's not good enough, maybe you want me to walk you through this in real life. Maybe you just want me to help you in real life. I don't charge. I'm like brand new. I'll help anyone that wants help as long as I can understand you, right? But all right, so first let's make a helper. I prefer to put my helpers in the global scope. We'll just say helpers. You don't have to do it this way. You can just make a function helper or function get digit sum. But I do it this way, and we'll say get digit sum, which is a key, and the value will be a lambda anonymous function, not to get confused with AWS lambda functions. It's two separate concepts, which the get digit sum is going to take a num in. Then we're going to const. No, it can't be const because it's going to be mutated. So let sum equal 0. And then we're going to return sum. All right, so there's a couple ways we could do this. We could turn the num into a string, iterate over the string, and then add them to here. But then we would have to convert the num to a string. Then once we're going through each value, turn that value back into a number so we don't concatenate. So to make this simpler, I'm going to use modulo arithmetic. So this is kind of how this will work. If you don't know how this works, it's probably something good to have in your tool belt, right? So we'll do while num is greater than 0. And then essentially what we're going to do is do num equals math.floor, which just rounds down, decimal numbers. So if you have like 1.6, it would go up to, well, it's math.floor. So even if you got 1.9, it would go to 1, or 1.6 would go to 1, or 1.2, 1. It just floors it. And then we'll do num divided by 10. And we're just dividing num by 10. And then each time we're going to do sum equals sum plus num modulo. And if you don't know what modulo is, that's the percent symbol, 10, which gives you the remainder. So it's technically called the modulo operator, but you can also call it a remainder operator, right? In math, it's called a modulo operator, but its behavior is technically a little bit different than the modulo operator, but let's not worry about that. All right. So we're going to do sum equals sum plus num modulo 10. But an easier way to write this is just plus equals. So plus equals num mod 10, all right? So sum equals sum plus num mod 10. So it'll be 0 and then 10 mod whatever number. We'll test it real quick to make sure it's working. So let's go down here in our main function and call helpers dot get digit sum, and then let's pass 11, and 1 plus 1 is 2. Let me double check. All right, that should work. I don't see any typos off the top of my head, but you always want to run it to make sure. We get output undefined. Oh, that's because we need to console.log this. And we get 2. We can test it with one more, so let's say 99, which should give us 18. All right, that's good enough. You might want to test your functions more, but I'm pretty content that this is going to work right. So now we can just ignore this and remember it's a helper function. And we didn't have to turn the number to a string or anything. All right. So now that we got that, let's for loop for const num of nums. and not door, it's for. And then we will say we need to make a map. Yeah, map. All right, so a map is const map equals new map. Remember, a map's essentially an array of arrays where you have a key and a value. It's key value pairs. Each key is going to be unique. Each value is going to be an array. Each key is going to be the digit sum. Each value is going to be each number that adds up to that digit sum. So I'll make sure to console log it. So we're going to go through, and then we're going to say if map.hasNum. I'm going to write this out simply. There's quicker, easier ways to write this. Else, all right, so the first iteration, their map's not going to have anything. So we need to call else map.set. Oh, we need to get the digit sum. So let's say const digit sum equals helpers dot get digit sum, and then we will pass in num. And then I just now realized my if's wrong. If map dot has digit sum, not num. So essentially we're going to say, hey, 8 plus 1 is 9. Is 9 inside of our map? No? Okay, well, let's set it. This is essentially what's happening. And then we're going to say digit sum is the key. And then the value, we're just going to say array. And then it'll actually be the number. So the key is going to be 9. And then it's going to have 18. And then if there's, once we get on down here, 6 plus 3 is 9. So it's going to say, does map.have it? It's going to say yes. So what we need to do is pull this array and then push our new number into it. And the way to do that in JavaScript / TypeScript is the get keyword. So you do map.get digit sum. That will return this array. So since we know that's going to return this array, we can just call dot push and then our current number. And then once all that's done, let's just make sure it's working right. We'll do console.log map. And let's run it. So 18 and 36 both sum up to 9. 8 plus 1 is 9. 3 plus 6 is 9. 7. 4 plus 3 is 7. 7, 7. And then 4 is 13. So now remember, return the maximum value of nums I plus nums j that you can obtain over all possible indices. So now we need to iterate through this map and see if there's a digit sum that has more than 2 numbers that add up to that sum, or it has more than 1. So this is length of 2, right? So we're looking for a length of 2 or greater. And if there is, I'll show you what we're going to do next in code. So since we're done with that, now we need to iterate through the map. And the easiest way I know of in JavaScript to iterate over a map is like this. It's key value of map. But let's try to be more specific. Excuse me. So the key is the digit sum. The value is the nums. And we'll even say array just to make sure we know that that's an array. And yeah, we can just, yeah. So we'll say if nums array dot length is greater than or equal to 2. Because if there's no more than one number that adds up to it, there's no number to add it against, right? I mean, that's self-explanatory. And like I said, if you don't get it, you can ask follow questions up in the comments below, or find me on Twitch, or in Discord. I go by ImChronoKross also. So you can just add me on Discord if you want. All right. So if nums array dot length is greater than or equal to 2, what do? Well, we want to return the maximum value of nums I plus nums j. So the most naive way I know to do this without making it too complicated is let's just sort the array and grab the first two values and add them together, right? That's simple. That's guaranteed to be the largest number. Is it going to be efficient? No. But if you look at our constraints, I think it's good enough for the problem because it's only going to do it for ones. It's not going to do it for every single possible number. Well, it could, worst case scenario, but let's not worry about that. All right, so if the length is greater than or equal to 2, what we're going to do is nums array dot sort. Sort takes in a function, right? How do you want to sort it, right? And the simplest way to think of it is you have A and B, where it's the first and second number. And if you want to sort it in ascending order, it's A take away B. And if you want to sort it in descending order, it's B take away A. Right? That's all you got to do. And then we can say const largest or possible largest equals nums array 0 plus nums array 1. And that's the possible largest. But let's say we're going through it and we're here, right? So we're going to add these two numbers together. But what if there's like 10 numbers that add up to 9? Well, we're going to sort them in decreasing order and take the biggest two first and add them together. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's the solution because we still need to add these together. So we're going to use a closure to keep this state tracked over as we iterate through here. So we're going to add up here, have possible largest. So let's create a closure called const, or no, it can't be const because it's going to be mutated. We're going to say let largest equal -1. The reason I'm going to assign this to -1 is for two reasons. We're going to use math.max. So we want to guarantee that no matter what, this is going to be larger than this. The lowest this can possibly be is 0 because nums, or technically 2 is the lowest this can be because their nums is greater than or equal to 1. All right. So we're going to say const possible largest, and then we're going to say largest, here's the trick part, equals math dot max of the two largest, which is going to be -1, and then whatever possible largest currently is. And then that's going to guarantee that by the time we're at the end of the array, if we found, so there's no two values that sum up to the same amount, it's just going to return -1. And that's their base case. There are no two numbers that satisfy the condition, so we return -1. That's the second reason I assign largest to -1. But here we update it every time, and hopefully when I return largest, this solves it first try, right? Hopefully. We got any console logs we need to get rid of. We got const map for nums. If map has digit. Yep. Looks good. Let's see if we get it first try. Fingers crossed. And remember, this is a naive solution. This can be solved faster. I'm not even going to waste my time with the big O. I'm just going to submit it, and we'll go off based on what their runtime says, which you can't hardly ever trust it in any freaking ways. Is it accepted? Yes. Runtime's horrible. Memory's horrible. But it's a naive solution. It's an original solution. I did not GPT AI this shit. I coded it myself. And there you go. There's the solution. Like I said, if you have any questions, that's ImChronoKross. And this is a low effort video, but I hope I'm helping someone out there. And if I'm not, I'm not. But yeah, that's the solution. Hopefully my videos will be better in the future, and I'll start editing them. But till now, I'm just trying to get content out there. The name is not the Primogen, it's ImChronoKross. Yeah. You can also call me Ick. I'm just saying. That's also, yeah. That's my YouTube name, I'm just saying. But yeah, y'all. Peace out. I'm supposed to end it now. Yeah, peace.